Welcome everyone to Unbiased on the Fence. We are here with SunPsychic Jean. We are live. How are you, SunPsychic Jean?
I'm great. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Shane. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. And like I was telling you in the email, I always look forward to this. Not only our interaction, but the chat. And I think everyone enjoys it here. So this is awesome.
Great, great. I love your purple going on. That's great.
Thanks. Yeah, we have. Hey, Michelle. Michelle's in the chat. We're going to start with her. Do you want to pull a card or do anything like that to start the show?
Week is if Michelle is here and she wants to get started, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wait for her question. Let me see here. There she is.
There.
This is fun. I'm glad she was able to join you. We were chatting yesterday, and we've got a show coming up. I'll use this time to talk about that. We're going to do a live show on Wednesdays, you guys, this Wednesday. So come join us if you want. We're just going to be chatting it up, catching up on what's been going on since we haven't been on for a while. So yep, Michelle is here, and so that's this Wednesday. I'll set up the stream here in like a day or so, so you'll be able to click the little reminder thing. But it will be Wednesday. I want to say like 2 o'clock. I
Oh,
think
I didn't know it
Eastern.
was Michelle Wolf. Hi,
Yeah, Michelle
Michelle.
Wolf. Yeah,
And she's the Imagination Warrior.
that's
Aw,
right.
yay. What a surprise.
That's so cool. What is up, Sarah? Good to see you here.
Hi, Sarah Walsh.
We have such a fun group right here. What is up,
Absolutely.
Jill?
So, did Michelle have a question or she just wanted to get a reading?
Yeah, I think she was
Or,
going to ask. She said she didn't type it in here. She said she wanted to see if you could have if you can pick up a message from her higher self. You can type it in there and I'll put it on the screen for you, Michelle. But
okay, no,
just
that's fine. I
nothing
wanted
specific
to,
though. Yeah, she said it wasn't anything specific. She wanted to just see if you can connect with her higher self and bring in a message for her. Yeah, she's like Shane
excellent.
knows. so, so yeah, that's just the higher self message.
Okay.
Hey, Silvermoon, thanks for hopping in here. Good to see you. And everyone else watching but not chatting, we love you too. Thanks for being here. We should do something for the people that don't chat, or maybe you don't know how to chat, or something like that. And maybe you can drop me an email and I'll put it in a little save folder, and we can start with your questions. If you're not able to chat, that might be kind of good. There's another option for you.
I do really like to have their energies here with us.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, yeah, only for mostly for validation, but
Mm-hmm.
for energetic reasons as well.
Yeah, I was telling Michelle
Um,
that too.
yeah, but let me just, so, what I'm hearing for Michelle is that they're saying that you dip into your alignment when you are creative, when you practice your creativity and your art, that you resonate with this vibration of your soul. You can feel that vibration of your soul and perhaps the divine spark in you. And when you're in your vibration of creativity, you sort of like get lost, and it's like your true essence is what you're embodying. And it's like the whole world just melts away, and you have this one focus, this one flow, and it's a very automatic. Once you tap in and tune into that creativity space and you start the creativity process, you're tapped into the divine, which obviously, Shane, you know as well. This is something that you do. Let me get a little bit more for Michelle. They are saying, what I'm hearing is that to be kind to yourself and to speak gently to yourself, that you're highly sensitive because of your connection. You're highly sensitive, and um, it's important that other people realize this, and you keep your boundaries, but it's also important for you to realize this and to give yourself a break and to sorry, and to be very kind and gentle with your self-talk. That I do recall that you have a loved one, a fur baby, and as you would love and care for this for your dog, this is how they want you to treat yourself, and to be kind. And sometimes it can be just a habit, like, oh, I can't believe I spilled that or something, and you kind of you hold yourself to a different standard, and they're saying, oh, kind of relax all those restrictions, all those parameters, relax holding yourself accountable, relax all of your expectations, and that this is a high frequency time, and um, that you can feel the energy, and it's important for you to be kind to yourself, and to use self-care, and pamper yourself a little bit. That uh, everything ebbs and flows, and now's the time for you to pamper yourself a little bit and give yourself a break, and maybe not spread yourself so thin with obligations. I want to get a spiritual message directly from your higher self. What is the spiritual direction for Michelle? It They say be patient. They say be patient. That you're ahead of the crowd, and your evolution and your awareness is further than most, and it's important to allow others to catch up, allow the energies to catch up. It's very, very beautiful, but they are saying be gentle with yourself, especially with all the planetary retrograde. There's so many, 3, 4, 5 planets in retrograde right now, and it's a time for you just to take a step back, and don't push so forward so much at this time. Wait for the retrograde to pass, and wait until you get the wind underneath your wings, get the momentum build up again, and then when you feel that momentum, you can move forward. So that's what I'm getting for Michelle.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. And really, that's a lesson I had to learn too about at a more extreme level, I guess, about being hard on yourself. Sometimes we treat ourselves so much harder than we would someone else, you know what I mean? And even the most loving people, because it's easy for us to be hard on ourselves compared to someone else, but we should be gentle with ourselves too. Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Silvermoon. Let me scroll back up here. Or what?
Oh, I think you cut out.
Am I gone?
Okay, now you're back.
Okay. Let's see.
Uh,
Oh, there it is. Okay, Silvermoon asks, may I have a message from Jesus? I love that. Thank you, Silvermoon.
Thank you for your question, Silver Moon. Thanks for being here. No pressure. I I'll do the best I can. So, Silvermoon, what I'm hearing is that it's important not to allow others' opinion of you uh, matter, and to only compare yourself to your yourself yesterday. That to each morning when you get up to strive and be a little bit better than you were the day before, and not to let others' opinions or observations or um,
Perspectives.
yeah, yeah, just don't let it get in your way. So you will be judged, and we all will be judged. And it's important for us to live by the beat of our own drummer, which you do. And they're just saying to keep an eye on your own uh, measuring stick, not to compare yourself to others or let others do that. So he's just showing me the way he was judged and compared and, uh, you know, unfairly without understanding. And there may be somebody in your life that doesn't have understanding for you. And yeah, that's interesting. I hope that means something for you,
I love that. Yeah,
Silvermoon.
definitely was misunderstood while he walked the earth more than these days. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. Let's see. We do have one here from Lavita de Susa. Hope I pronounced that right. Can I find out what my ultimate mission is before ascension?
Hi, Lavita. Thanks for being here. And wow, we're having big questions today.
I love it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Lavita, you're ready to go. You are ready to go. My ultimate mission before ascension. Wow. You are really tapping in, really tapping in. You can feel the urge, you can feel the call, you can feel sort of your life plan before you came here. You can feel that there was a purpose and a mission to this, to you being here on Earth at this point in history. Let me see what they have to say. They're saying love in capital letters, LOVE. Be love, share love, express love, receive love, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance, understanding. They're asking all of us, and you, all of us light workers, and you, Lavita, that we all raise our energy to be and to resonate at this higher vibration. And with this higher vibration is more love and less ego, more acceptance, forgiveness, spiritual and heart virtues than competition or greed or achieving material things. And you do know this. You are aware of this. You feel as though you have work to do, and the work is to hold the light, to hold that light, to hold that vibration. Because what I've been shown before as well is that once we have this vibration and we're holding that steady, then we'll all be called to connect to each other's vibration and to blanket like the earth with this beautiful vibration. So none of us are perfect. We're all in our human form. And as we move through life, we're not 100% love and light every moment of every day. And the only thing that we can do is to strive to move back to center. Once we fall off, or once we find ourselves judging, or once we get angry if somebody cuts us off on the road, then it's important for us to bring us back to center, to that compassion, to that awareness. And the more that we can practice getting back to center, we'll be able to hold that vibration longer. So
Absolutely.
patience and love. What a beautiful message.
I got this visual of I don't know how many people have been in band or you have guitars, but you know you can be playing one guitar and you can hear the other one leaning up against the wall begin to ring with the resonant tones of the one that you're playing without touching it, just from the vibration of it sitting near the speaker or being in the room. And it is a lot like that, you know, as we hold this light and we're sort of broadcasting out this higher frequency that helps others ring at that as well, you know, sort of ringing our bells. So I love that's the visual I got while you were talking about holding that light, you know, and it makes it easier for others to. It's like holding that space that others, you know, they realize when they get there as well, you know, because there's people all around the world that's at that already, and more joining together. So, yeah, I love that visual of that whole thing. Great question, Lavita. Thank you. And sorry I didn't remember how to pronounce your name.
That's
Okay,
okay.
Sarah Ann. It's going to cut off a little bit of the question, but I'll read it. What do you see regarding a new potential business coach I am thinking of working with? Thank you for the question, Sarah.
Mhm. Sarah, what they're telling me is you'll be able to teach them some things. So they're saying that there'll be some tips and some perspectives that you'll learn. A lot of things you'll already know, and some things you may be able to help them with. And this is kind of the way it is when we're looking for consultation. We we know that there's a segment that we're not that we don't know or that we're not I don't know how to explain it. There's a information that you're looking for, but you have to go through uh, some of the beginning things, some of the um, fundamentals before you get to that information. So some of it will be a review, some of it will sound a little boring for you. However, there will be some nuggets in there and some things. It doesn't have to be a lot, but maybe two or three concepts that'll really set you on your way. Like they may have 20 concepts and the first 10 you're like, yeah, yeah, you know, and then the three out of the last 10 will be something that you can really apply to your what your goal is and it'll really help you to move forward. But they're just asking to manage your expectations because you are consulting an expert thinking they have 20 items of expertise and they may not. So just keep that in mind as you're doing your search. Does that make sense?
I think that's great. Yep. I was trying to figure out if I can allow more text on the screen, but looks like that's all I can do there. I'm working tech support here in the background. Okay, let's
I
see.
know, I know. Yeah, I mean,
Let's see.
consulting a coach is, it's yeah, just be aware of it, I think, and manage your expectations and realize that even if you get 3 out of the 20 nuggets that you really are going to take away and use, that's, it'd be worth it, but don't get discouraged if you're, kind of reviewing things. So, yeah.
Great advice. This next question is from Jill. Um, Please, any message for me on my next step? A lot has changed for me rather quickly, feeling overwhelmed.
Oh, hi, Jill. Sure, let's see what's going on. Check with the spirit guides. Jill's next step.
Thank you for the question, Jill. Sending you lots of love.
So Jill, what I'm hearing is you may be going back to your roots. And it may be going back to where you grew up, going back to an old profession, going back to something you once loved. Like if you did something early in life and then you changed professions, or if you changed gears and you started doing something else because of your family situation or something, you may be going back to something that you loved, something early in life, something that you once knew. It's almost like you've reached the end of this experience and you don't see the future because you've carried this out as far as it can go. And they're saying that to revisit, go back to the beginning. And there's a lot of roots, stability, and support there. Go back to the beginning, whether it's back to where you grew up in your family or back to the original profession that you had. They're saying that this is why you don't see any way forward, just because this effort has ended, and there's no continuation there. I can see where you are. You're at a stopping point. There's no continuation there. You feel as though you can't see anything ahead of you. And I'm not sure why I'm looking to the right. Probably that's the future, but they're asking to go back to the beginning. You may you may rekindle a relationship from somebody that you knew in high school, and something may happen there. Something about going back to your roots, how whatever that means to you.
I don't know, but it sounds really exciting and adventurous. I love that.
Yeah, Jill, I definitely saw that there was like an ending to this sort of phase in your life, is what I saw. Yeah.
Hey, Gina, welcome. Okay, okay, yeah, this is a question from LZ here. Hi, I have been looking for a house to move into since January. I'm in a rental and have to move. Will I find a home within the next month and get a loan successfully? Thank you.
Okay. Let me see. LZ.
Within the next month and get a loan successfully is cut off of there.
Okay. Well, LZ, find a home by the end of September 2022. Will LZ find a home by September 30th, 2022? No. Will LZ find a home by the end of October 31st, by October 31st, 2022? That's switching around to yes. So by the end of October, you'll find something. And thank you very much. What is the energy around LZ obtaining a loan for the home that she's what is the energy around LZ obtaining a loan around this home? Is is the does LG get or LZ getting the loan favorable in LZ's best interest? So it's saying yes. Will LZ obtain a loan without any problems? I'm saying yes. But what I'm also hearing is just to make sure that your credit history is cleared and there's no stragglers. I don't know if you get that free credit report just make sure there's no surprises there. Sometimes, old credit cards or old transactions are left on there unknowingly. But I see that you'll find something by the end of October, and I don't see any problems with obtaining the loan. And again, they're just making sure that you do your due diligence and double check that credit report.
Great. Thank you so much, Jean. All right. So we have one from Joe Pulowski. He says, I'm wondering if I'll be changing jobs soon. I'm ready for growth, but fearful of change. I hope that's not too trivial. I'm really struggling with it.
Thanks, Joe. What I'm hearing is that you are you're on a precipice, and you're contemplating whether to take the leap or to stay safe. And what I'm hearing is nothing ventured, nothing gained. That the leap that will cause the most growth has uncertainty around it, but uncertainty doesn't mean that it's not the right choice. It just means that they want you to trust. They want you to trust. And if this is, and they want you to feel it in your gut. They want you to think of the decision in your gut and honestly feel the physical energy of how it feels. Does it make you excited? Is it thrilling? Is it if you knew for sure that everything would turn out okay, is that the direction that you would like to go in? And what I'm hearing is that as long as you follow your bliss, you'll be supported. As long as you are um, following your inspiration. They're saying that this is something that they are guiding you on. If you feel as though there's an inspiration, if you feel as though there's a change, and if you feel as though things are limiting where you are and it's kind of like edging you out, there's a reason why that is occurring. They make it uncomfortable for us so that we'll want to move away and get out of that situation and to move on to something that we're intended to be on, not to just stay in the comfort here. So they have to make it a little uncomfortable for you to be able to nudge out and to go forward and follow your bliss and follow your heart. You have a lot of responsibility, and it's everybody wants to know that it's certain, for sure that it's going to work out. And it's just the unknown. It's not the uneasiness that you feel is just that it's unknown. It's not whether it's good or bad or right or wrong. It's just the unknown. So maybe sit with that feeling a little bit and try and distinguish what the apprehension is. And as long as you feel that bliss in your gut, and I would go for it.
That's so true. Sometimes we can get caught up in the fear, or we can sort of use it as an opportunity to feel adventurous. Like, here we go, we're definitely starting a new chapter by making this big move, and you can kind of get into the excitement of it. And like you're saying, like you're following your heart and your desire rather than not doing it out of fear of something going wrong. And how much do we worry, right? Probably like 99% of the time we worry about things that never end up coming about. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. Joe, follow your bliss and everything will just synchronistically line up. I'm not saying it'll always be easy, but you'll definitely be happier, and that's the main thing about it, you know what I mean? Or happiness.
Hmm.
Okay, so thank you so much for that question. We have one from Deborah here. This might be Let's see. Can you see me retire within the next year? Thank you.
Hi, Deborah. Thanks for your question. Let me see with the pendulum. Show me the energy around Deborah retiring by, let's go with March 2023. Will Deborah be retiring by March 2023? Sorry. Will Deborah be retiring by March 2023? That's a no. Will Deborah be retiring by June 2023? Looking better for June, Deborah. Excellent. So let's try and narrow that down. Will Deborah be retiring by April 2023? Switch back to no. Will Deborah be retiring by May 2023? Looks like it'll be May. Excellent.
Towards the middle or end. I'm just playing.
You want to go? You want to do that?
No, no, no. I was just saying because it was kind of slow going,
Good for you, Deborah. May is a beautiful time. May is a
Yeah.
beautiful time. Yeah.
So
Good
thank
for
you for
you.
that question, Deborah.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah.
Yeah,
we got-
something did force me all the way to March of 2023. I was going to do to the end of the year, and I just was pushed because I knew something told me it wasn't going to be until then. So
Right. That's not too bad. She did say within the next year, so that would have. She was kind of wondering all the way to September. So 3/4 of a year is not so bad, or actually less than that. Right. So, this one is from Sarah. Thank you for the question, Sarah. Any advice for me from my guides?
hi, Sarah. So, Sarah, what I'm seeing is they're suggesting that uh, you collect items that you'll need through the winter, and they mean this in the spiritual sense, like collect the right incense, collect the right crystals, collect the right or the collect what you will need to get you through the winter in a spiritual sense. That they want you to work on your daily routine and your daily practice to connect to spirit, to connect to the divine, to listen for your own guidance, to hear your angels. They're saying if you haven't already, they're showing me that you receive messages in song, perhaps when you're waking up, and to pay attention to the lyrics. That there'll be a point of growth for you through this winter season, and it's a personal growth. They're saying just to carve out a routine for yourself, whether it's listening to a guided meditation, um, or taking a salt bath, or getting out into nature and communing with nature, and something on a daily basis that they want you to create a routine. And sort of like a develop your sacred space. Develop a space, whether it's that you sit, or um, if you're lying down, they want you to have these things that are reminders of your spiritual growth all together in one area. And perhaps if you have like oracle cards, and you could set up different oracle cards on your altar, is what they call it. And you can have your incense there, you can have your crystals there, you can have, essential oils there, just something that you create a space where you would go to, and every time you go to that space, you instantly move into that vibration. Interesting.
Very good. I love that. LZ says, I have been watching my credit carefully. That's awesome. They have a credit score of 750, so I'd say you have really good chances. That sounds really high. And thank you so much for that, LZ. Lark Kemper says, love and honor you both and all that's here. Much love and appreciation.
Aw, thanks, Lark.
Let's see. This one is from Matt Long. Thank you for the question, Matt. I'm having an issue with my self identity. What is my future in that regard? And will I be, let me see, gotta find where it was, changing jobs and having a better future? Great question. Thank you so much, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Thanks, Matt. Mm. They're saying you're evolving from who you once were into like a different vibration. You are changing, like your likes and dislikes, or your tolerance for uh, your job. You have a different rhythm. I think at one point you were go 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 go, like um, try and get all the deliveries done, or try and get all the whatever it is. You were like kind of racing the clock and trying to achieve a high number, or beat the highest number or something. And in this phase in your life, you're changing energy, and you're going for more of a quality type of work, where you can feel good about the position that you're holding, maybe even in management, or not so much of a high achiever or get it done. It's almost like that's not, it doesn't have as much substance for you anymore. And what you want to do is like hold and carry a leader position. So let me see that. So you're no longer the worker, you're the leader. So, and with maturity, with understanding, with wisdom, with your ability to maybe understand others who may have been in your position at one time. And some people, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with staying in the sales position, or acquiring, or getting things done and beating the number before. Some people really thrive with that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you feel as though you no longer want to be the guy running. You want to be the guy managing the runners, if that makes sense. Because you have the wisdom, you can have the foresight, which the only thing that it is, it's not an easier job. It's not an easier job, but you have your temperament, and your wisdom, and your experience is sort of dictating this. and you're like, I've been at this way too long for me to keep doing what I'm doing. It's what I'm feeling. So let me see what is a good position for Matt. They're sort of like you could be like the face of a company. Whether it's your own company, but you have experience, you have wisdom, you have the ability to deal with people. I see you explaining things to people. But you're not the guy that's going to be doing the heavy lifting. You're the guy that's going to be dealing with the customer. And like, let's say there's a car dealership, and the car dealership has the service people, and the service people will change the tires, change the oil, which is absolutely fine, great, and you can really get good at that and have a really good future at that. But somehow you gain enough knowledge and you have enough experience that the car dealership will allow you uh, to represent them and be the face to the customer, and sort of know what you know because you've done it before, but you're doing it in a different, you're not actually doing the work, you're talking about the work and being the face of the company. So I hope that makes sense to you, Matt. I don't know if car dealership has anything to do with it. That was just like a scenario to help you understand.
Excellent. Yes, thank you for that question, Matt. LZ wants to know, will I find a home within 5 or 10 miles from where I live presently? Could we do maybe do the pendulum and we can hone in on maybe even more precise, a range or something, Unless you're feeling
Sure.
something.
Yeah, but no, let's go with it. I just want to, and it's LD. LZ. Oh,
LZ,
okay.
yep.
Oh, okay. Well, this home that she's going to find in by the end of October 2022, will it be within 10 miles of her house, of her current residence? I'm getting a no. Will the home that LZ will find in October 2022, will this home be within 15 miles of her current residence? So I'm getting a yes on a 15 miles. So you said 5 or 10, but
Might be a
seems
little
like you might
further
have
here.
to go out just a little bit further. What do you think, Shane?
That's a good one. Yeah, I don't know. That's I would say, while you're on your hunt, if you get that sense of adventure and excitement and just know universe has a perfect place that's going to meet your needs perfectly, and it's a matter of finding it, and you're just led by your heart. I think when you get there, you'll know because of future memories. Time's an illusion. I think, you know, it will be such a wonderful thing that you can tap into the feeling of it. You'll just know it's the place when you get there, you know, as long as you're going by the heart. So
Yeah.
I'd say if you don't feel that excitement when you get there, keep looking, because I think there's going to be a place that really you'll know it when you get there. That's what I feel.
Don't limit the parameters either. I know that
Hmm.
you can put in the range, and I wouldn't limit it. I would at least, look at them. There may be a
Widen it a
possibility.
little bit. Yeah, put it
Yeah.
15 miles, and that's exciting. Okay. Uh, Sarah says, thank you so much. Thank you for the question, Sarah. Suso's hopped in here. What's up, Suso? Good to see you.
Hi, Susa.
Jill says, you were spot on. I just moved back to a place I lived 20 years ago. Wow, I love those confirmations.
Good job, Jill. Good job.
It's awesome.
That's what I was feeling. Absolutely.
Let's see. Jill says, "Now I'm around my kids and grandkids. Just need a job or some type of income." Wow. So thank you for insight. Lots of love. Beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much, Joe. What it sounds like to me is to hold out for something meaningful. More money alone is not the answer. True growth and fulfillment should be sought. Thank you both so much. And thank you, Joe. It's kind of the same
Thanks.
thing, you know. It's like she was saying. I guess you can kind of outgrow where you're at. You know what I mean? And then it becomes more uncomfortable. And I think that's the universe's way to say, "Hey, look for something else. The next thing." You know. Let's see.
Yeah. Good luck to you, Joe.
Okay, Alva's saying she couldn't find a live chat included. And so if you're watching this on Facebook and you're wondering why I'm not seeing your messages, we're only reading the ones on YouTube because I've only got so many screens here. So if you do have a question, come on over to YouTube and you can click the link and put your question in over here. So I'm glad you figured it out, Alva. Okay, Susa says, "Jean, I feel there were a couple of recent shifts in the last 2 weeks. With the information I seem to understand, what should be my plan of action for me personally?"
Yeah, there's been a lot of energy going on, and I think I mean, you could account it for a number of different things, whether it's the planetary lineup and the retrograde, or the solar flares, or the Schumann resonance. I mean, there's so many different energetic things changing so rapidly, and the energy is very sensitive and palpable. A lot of people are um, feeling the density of the energy. It's sort of like, whoa, whoa, and then it's like, okay, now I can breathe. And then you kind of feel like this pressure or something, this something coming in that's like a heavier weight, and then it releases. Um, so let me see. What was the last question? He says, with the information, I seem to understand what's his direction?
What should be my plan of action for me personally?
Plan of action.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Suso, I heard teach, and then I heard preach. And please don't take that the wrong way, but it's important for you to share what you know. It's important for you to um, be vocal, tell your story, share your experiences and your perspective, and most importantly, your compassion and your love for humanity, your unity consciousness, and tell whoever will listen. You see. So they're telling me, what I'm hearing is you say, "I'm already doing that." That's what they're telling me. He's saying he's already doing that. Okay. So let me see. Machine is buffering. Um, did I ask him the last time if he had a near death experience? I keep thinking it's that incident that he had, but they're telling me that that you are close to your spiritual, your higher self, that you have a connection and a close relationship to your higher self, and this brings you a vibration and an energy that you can draw on and send out to the world, to the earth, to humanity, to your community. This is something you can frequency and vibration. And what I'm feeling is that you're saying that's not quite enough. That's not quite what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I need to do more.
I'm tired of trying to convince anyone of anything, yet I still do it.
Mm. They're showing me that you may have like a few friends or followers who may be interested in like a retreat. Somebody that, sit down, connect to Mother Gaia and form an energy circle and form a circle of high vibrational love and light. Form a circle of unity, acceptance, forgiveness. Yeah. Not sure if this is anything that feels as though, because I did hear when they said teach, they said he's already doing that, and then they said um, to work on his own energy, and they said he's saying that's not good enough. That's not enough. So I don't know if you were feeling that, Suso, but yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't like judge your success by who you convince, because a lot of times it's like you're just planting a seed or watering a seed someone else planted, and there might be a few more times of people coming along and dropping a little bit more truth before the person actually gets it, and then they might actually come back to you and say, look what I discovered, and you'll think that's exactly what I was trying to tell you a year ago. But I mean, you don't have to do that, but you'll be thinking that in your head because people don't realize as the puzzle pieces come in and then it finally clicks. All the things that didn't quite make sense in the different conversation all come together, and they don't really remember where all the pieces originally came from. So don't feel offended if you weren't the person that cracked the egg, so to speak. But it will happen. Just keep loving people and keep shining your light and keep sharing, whatever is on your heart to share. And, don't carry the weight of like convincing anyone, just all you can do is your job. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
okay, this one is from Akua Koba. I hope I said that close. I need a true love and commitment. Who will be my future husband? No pressure or anything here. How can you maybe tap into something there? Like, I don't know. How do you go about that, Gene?
Let me see. Let me see if I can. I'm thinking maybe I should pull a card and see what the card has to say. Mm, No, no, I'm gonna. And tell me her name again. I don't. Is it Anuki?
Akua Koba, it looks like A or EKUA. Akua. Is it coming
Do
up
you
for
have
you?
it up yet?
Yeah, it's up there.
Hmm, I think it might be my system. I don't want to hit anything.
Is it lagging a little bit? The
It
question was, I
is.
need a true love and commitment. Who will be my future husband?
They're saying to me that you have very high standards, that you are painting a picture of perfection, and that nobody's perfect, and we attract the people into our lives that we need to mirror back for our own healing to us, for our own spiritual growth. And I do understand about integrity. I do understand about, let me see, about wanting somebody who is not afraid of commitment. And but it's important for us to go through our spiritual growth, and um, I wouldn't say don't lower your standards, just open your mind that people may not present the way that you're expecting them to. And people have flaws, and they're they're not always perfect. But when the going gets tough, you can really rely on them. So they may have integrity and commitment in certain areas, but not in others. So you may not see it right away, or it may not be apparent to you. Try not to judge a book by its cover. Seems like there may be somebody who is a little more indecisive, or not as confident, and you may see that as wishy-washy and judge them right away. Whereas they're the ones that, once you establish time and a record with them, that they'll be by your side through thick and thin. So they're asking. It's important for you to have your standards. It's important for you to have your goals. And with that said, to keep your mind open and try not to judge a book by its cover. So
That's
and
great
to
advice.
remember that the people that we attract in our lives are here to help us with our spiritual growth, to mirror back to us, for us to grow. And that's a little bit painful. That's why relationships are tough.
No kidding. I'm going to kill my camera because I'm downloading fast, but I'm uploading slow, and I don't know what the reason is. So that will help maybe a little bit. I'll see if I can make it go back to green. So I'm downloading fine. You're coming through fine to me, but I don't know that it's uploading. But Alva said it's buffering, and I do have a red indicator down here. So, um,
That's what I was getting. Yeah.
did it ever come through for you? Reconnect?
Yeah. I mean, it's
You
caught
might have to
up, but
refresh it. Yeah, if it anybody watching, you might have to click refresh it. And yeah, it's green again. So I'll leave this off for a second. If it gets better, I'll turn it back on. And get back to the questions though. Okay, Cindy Blunt, or sorry, Bunt. I bet everybody does that. Cindy Bunt. Hi guys, I'm having to close my small business and was wondering if you have any insight as it's breaking my heart. Oh, I imagine. Gosh, can't imagine how horrible it is. I'm so sorry to hear that, Cindy Bunt. It's tough. A lot of people going through that. It is rough.
okay. They're reminding me, I think I read on this for you, and I think it was you, if forgive me if it's not, but what I recall is that you may have had a message from a loved one on the other side that asked you to step out of the chaos, that it was you were in over your head, and it was not fun. It was not productive. It was not uplifting. It was a lot of work and a lot of details. And that it was overwhelming you, and it was important for you and your energy to step out of that. And they're asking you to remind yourself of the reason why you let go of this. Don't look at it as a failure. It's not a failure at all. It's your ability to see the energy around you, and to respect and love yourself enough to take yourself out of that energy. There is a loss of that independence, but there's nothing that says you can't take that information that you've learned, and the knowledge and the experience, and apply it again and start again, um, with something that is that is within your control, and maybe doesn't grow as fast and get so out of hand. I think that you had a growth that you just couldn't keep up with. It's very easy to do because you're growing at a pace, and then your company is growing at a pace. And if your company is growing faster than you, it's very easy to get over your head with it, with all the details. You kind of spread yourself out a little too thin. And what they're reminding me is that it's important to practice delegation. And if you want to start another side company, just practice delegating and trusting other people with day-to-day activities. If you want to start something small on the side that you're doing, maybe like they're showing me Facebook Marketplace, like something where you would sell an item but you would delegate the work to somebody else, but you would be managing it. And they're just asking that you learn delegation, whether it's in a position that you are in for another company or for your own company. That this would be an important focus for you.
And that's got to be rough. Yeah. So my heart goes out to you. Let's see. Unoffendable. Let's see. Agape. Is a hum on wheels going to lead me in the right direction? I love the way you worded that. And that's Barbara, right? I think, if I remember your name right. Unoffendable.
Great handle. So what I'm hearing the guidance say is that this is an adventurous and wonderful opportunity for a limited time during limited seasons. They don't, I'm getting that it's not recommended year round for all seasons. The extremity of the weather is difficult, the extreme weather, and then just say. But I do see you moving to minimal and paring down and releasing a lot of your possessions and things that you think that you may need that are everyday essential tools that you're looking to pare down and to let go of um, any anything that is not being used on a daily or weekly basis. That if you only use it once a year or twice a year, it's not something that you want to hang on to. So it's I do see you paring down. I do see you simplifying. I do see you going on adventures. I'm not sure if I see this as a permanent. I don't know if it's something that you can park and be in something solid or more connected, not mobile, and then get back into the mobile and move out. I'm not sure what I'm seeing, if it's like a tiny home or if it's a I do see you paring down. I do see you minimalizing your life and gearing towards this. I'm not sure that it's all year round. So the home on wheels, I think the home on wheels for a in spurts. How's that?
Sounds fun. Adventurous.
Yeah.
There's that
And I
Expedition Happiness, I think, on Netflix a few years ago that I watched where they transformed this bus and started traveling across Canada. It was so beautiful. It really got me. It really stirs that adventurous spirit. I always love to travel.
It's what we all should be doing. That's what we all, just enjoying life and experiencing the beauty of Gaia and, being of service and doing what we can just to get by, not to acquire bank accounts that have 7, 8, 9 figures. I mean, you can't take it with you. What's the sense?
All right.
Might as well live and enjoy and experience. Yeah.
Absolutely. Our next question comes from Sassy Daydreamer 6979. May I have a message from my angel baby Nala? Thank you. Thank you for the question, Sassy.
Oh, sassy dreamer. Sure. So I'm getting a lot of white light coming in with an energy, and I know that you called her your angel baby, but it. She does feel like she is surrounded by angels or with the angels, cared by the angels, cradled by the angels. She's saying that not to worry about her, that she's fine. And she's saying that she'll be right there and that you won't miss it. You won't miss a day of her beautiful life. And she's presenting herself to me like as a 2 or 3 year old with little pudgy fingers. And she's doing like this. She's saying, you won't miss anything. I will be right here. And I'm not sure what this symbol is or what, but imagine little 2 or 3 year old fingers pointing like this. And when she talks, she's like, you, she's like excited and kind of making her point. I am fine. Don't, you will not miss anything. I will be right here. And I'm fine. I am fine. She wants you to know she is fine. She sends love. She has awareness. She has people, loved ones around her. And she's showing me it's very beautiful. The very young 2 or 3 year old is what she's presenting as. And the love and the how 2 or 3 year olds have like wisdom that you're like, what they just say? Like she's coming through with like this wisdom, but she's very excitable and very excited, and you know how kids have like higher energy, and she's just presenting to me like this with higher energy, talking to me with a lot of wisdom, but with that very 2 year old angelic voice. She's saying that her heart is right beside your heart, that she's in here. She's never far away from you. And she wants you to take care of your heart. She's like kind of going like this, caressing you and soothing you, consoling you. She's
That's
a
beautiful.
sweet girl.
Very beautiful. Alpha says, energies I'm experiencing is like a roller coaster, and I know I'm not the only one. And that goes back to what you were just saying about these waves. You're right, like, you can feel these waves sort of coming in. Lavita
Alva,
China.
I'm
Oh, go
right
ahead.
there with you, girl.
Yeah.
I was knocked on my butt. The 9/9 portal and the 9/10 full moon in Pisces, was it? Knocked me on my butt. I'm telling you. And I had to take a couple of days to find my center. And it happens. I think the more sensitive we are, the more we do like spiritual work, the more sensitive, the more we can feel these waves coming back and forth.
Absolutely. Lavita says, "Thank you, Shane and Jean. I always felt serious love for humanity since I was younger. Love for humanity was my goal,
It's a beautiful, beautiful
even
goal,
for the mean
Lavita.
ones." That's the part that got cut off. Thank you, Lavita.
Yeah, the catalyst has got to be there, you know. There's no hot without cold. There's no, you know.
Yeah. Welcome to duality, right?
This
Welcome,
is the
Ruth.
toughest school there is, and we have to congratulate each other that we just made it through another day.
Absolutely.
Honestly, this is the toughest school there is, and we are expanding at such immense rates. But yeah.
Learning and growing so much now. Hello, beautiful healers community, says Ruth. Thank you for being here, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. Thanks for coming.
Let's see. Lark says, "Yes, yes, stretch your mind. Think the impossible, and think of it as if it already happened, and appreciation and much love." Absolutely.
Yeah, I love Deepak Chopra always said infinite possibilities. And I used to listen to him like 20 years ago or whatever, and most of it went over my head, but I knew that one day it'll make sense, you know, it would all come together. And that infinite possibilities is so true, Lark, so true.
Silvermoon says to Susa, "If an opportunity arises, just speak your truth and don't try to convince them. Just leave that to spirit." Absolutely great advice. Uh, Alviarder says, "Has the solar flare hit us yet?" Do you have any information for the solar flare? I mean, we've been bombarded with a bunch of solar flares. Are you talking about like the main solar event? Because it has actually picked up in I don't know, even the last week we've had quite a few. Um,
Yeah, I do have a friend that has like an app on her phone. She does follow these solar flares religiously, and I just don't know that much about it, but
mhm.
I did remember seeing something about the Schumann resonance. I think it kind of has an effect on that. Um, but if you're thinking about the big one, I think we would know.
Right, yeah. Actually, I think we might be in it now the way the sun looks so white and bright, you know, because if you look at the sun 10 years ago, it was more yellow and dimmer, and now it's gotten very intense. And if you think of it on the cosmic scale, it could be flashing right now, but it took 10 years to do it, so we're not noticing. So I don't know, that's sort of how I think it could be. Um, Ruth Amai has a question. Uh, let's see. Do you see issues or conflicts this year as a result of a family trip? Thank you for
Okay.
the question, Ruth.
They're showing me that our family is here. They're showing me my family. They're showing me that our family is here to teach us tolerance and patience and understanding and respect for differences. That we all grew up sort of under the same umbrella with our nuclear family as children. Yet, even though we had individual identities, and then as we grow and grow farther apart and further away, and develop our own surroundings, that to come back together um, is challenging because we all have our own energy that we bring with us. So it may have felt as though there was a clash during this trip together, and they say it's an opportunity. They're saying that it's not a clash. It was a realization of how different the different energies are, and the unique individual people that you've all grown into. And that when you went, it may have felt like a clash because the energies didn't gel as if they originally, but they're not supposed to gel because you've all formed your own energy, your own uh, identity. Not to judge the change in the energy, that there is no actual clash. There is just less of a unified feeling, I guess, less of a family unit. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a realization of the change in energy. I don't see, they're telling me they feel that you may look at it as a clash, but it's not an actual clash. There is no malice. There is only an awareness of the differences. And sort of like they're saying, live and let live. That what you may perceive as a clash was just a expression of differences. I don't see any long-lasting effects.
Yeah, I try to always just try to have an appreciation for the alternate viewpoint or whatever. And then you don't take it as seriously, you know what I mean? Thank you, R, for the super chat. Let me see here. Yep, happy birthday to everyone having a birthday this month. That's right. Thank you, Sharon, for all you're doing there. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Sharon.
She's awesome. Okay, R has a question. Jean Queen, I just had breast implants removed. Is there a spiritual reason the right side has complications and taking longer to heal? Thank you. Thank you for the question, R.
I'm getting that there's an energy flow that may be something that if you are right-handed, or if you favor your right side, or if you lean to your right side, or if you fall asleep on your right side, something or vice versa, something that you would use one side or you would favor one side a little more than the other, and this is just the energy flow. But that's all that it is that one side has an open energy flow. And you can practice this by doing left and right exercises um, with your hands, with your arms, with your legs, with your knees, with your feet, and try and balance and see if one side is weaker than the other. And there is an exercise that I saw. Like you would lift up your right hand and lift up your left knee, and then lift up your left hand and lift up your right knee, sort of like do a cross and energy flow. And maybe that'll stimulate a little more of a balance for you. Let me see if there's any spiritual reason behind it. They're saying it's like a physiology. It's like a physical energy. It's your energy body, but it's not anything spiritual or like a masculine, feminine, those types of things. It's not anything behind it other than the energy flow within your own energy system. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I've heard once that if something's on the right side, it's referring to like yourself, and then the left side can refer to others too. So
Oh,
maybe just being more kind to yourself, like we were talking to someone else earlier. Don't be so hard on yourself. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much. Lark says, You guys are awesome together. Good team. Thank you so much.
thanks, Lark. You
So,
know,
oh, go ahead.
Shane did my BQH sessions a while back, a couple of years ago, and it was phenomenal. And he just posted Eileen's BQH session, which was really, really good too. Oh my gosh! Finally, after all these years, we get to hear the amazing session that you guys had. It was very well done.
Thank you
It
so
was
much. It was exciting too. I realized somebody left a comment. I'm like, oh, it was like right before we met at ESETI on the 8-8 portal. So it was like just a couple of weeks before that. Yeah, this is when that session. That's how old it is, and it was so relevant to what's going on now. It's amazing. So
absolutely.
let's
Wow,
see.
yeah, it's and you do such a beautiful job and I mean I got two of them, right?
Well,
You and
thank you
I
so
have
much.
this connection that there's a trust and there is a connection that um it's you do a beautiful job. I really enjoyed it. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, and it's such an important time right now to go within too. With everything going on, and so that's why I appreciate doing that. Just for myself and my own growth. It's wonderful to see things work out that way. All right, Silver Moon says lots of people park their home on wheels in a trailer park for a season when they can't travel. That's right. You could actually go to a nice climate and just hang out there for a while until it, warms back up elsewhere. R says, Thank you both. Thank you, both of you, enlightened beings, for everything you do. Thank you so much,
oh,
R.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Religious and Spiritual says, Do you have a message from Henry for me?
Sure. And Henry is can you tell me the relation?
Yeah,
Let me
that will help
see.
out definitely.
Just so that I don't know if it's a
Yeah, it could be a person or a
loved
pet or
one.
anything. So
Right. Right.
I'll hop to this one for a second. Sassy chimed in and says, Thank you so much. I have a 2-year-old rainbow baby and I see hearts everywhere. I call them my angel kisses. It's beautiful. I know she's always with me. Thank you for the
Oh,
confirmation.
she was a lovely spirit, so cute and so wise in that little, yeah, so cute.
Let's see. Some people are delayed a little bit too. I think the buffering might have.
So let's assume it's a family member and I can start calling them in.
Yeah, because either way, it'd probably be family. So we'll see.
So right away, I felt as though he was a younger energy coming through, younger spirit.
Love of my life that passed away, she says.
Hmm. He said he is also in your heart, I know that I'm hearing that song from one of the Disney movies, I'll Be in Your Heart. I don't even know what song that or what
Phil
movie it's
Collins, I
from.
think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
think of the movie either.
And that's what I'm hearing. That's the song that he's giving me is I'll Be in Your Heart. He's saying, remember the good times, remember the crazy times, remember watching the sun set and being outside and just finishing a meal outdoors and hanging out with friends and just the simple times. He said were so precious, so meaningful, and just cherish this time is what he's saying. He can remember this time around friends, family, just quiet, um, nothing too extravagant, just the simple times. He's saying that you are his world, and that you created a beautiful life for him. That without you, his life would not be so rich with friends and family and adventures. Hmm. Showed me something about a bride. So I know you said love of your life, but he showed me something about a bride. I don't know if he is saying you're his bride, even if you hadn't married. Um, and the bride happened to be on a horse. I just want to make sure I say that out loud before I move on. He's just hugging you. He's hugging you from behind, and he's nuzzling his chin and his neck, his chin and his lips into your neck. But he's hugging you from behind, and he's just kind of loves the energy and loves the essence. And he said that it was a beautiful reunion. It was a beautiful union that you had together. Um, and that he hasn't gone far, and he will wait for you. He said he's not going to go on the full journey on the other side. He will do things that will keep him close. He'll wait for you, and whenever it is your time to cross, he will be there to meet you, and then you will continue your journey together. He's not going to leave you. His physical has changed, but his energy is still with you. He goes with you in the car. He goes with you to the grocery store, wherever you have quiet time where you're thinking to yourself. He's definitely there with you. He's saying that he'll see you in your dreams. If he hasn't already, he'll meet you in your dreams. He's saying he's nudging you as well. He's giving you signs and symbols and nudges from the other side, but he doesn't want to cross any boundaries or cause any discomfort or be um, be disruptive at all. But he does want to nudge you into taking care of yourself, and maybe just like nudge you to look, and then you'll see like a beautiful um, shape in the clouds or something. Like you just he'll put things in your path to help you notice something beautiful or something miraculous, and you'll be like, oh, that's Henry. Like, oh, that Henry brought me that. Like, it's just like spontaneous, and you see something that's just beautiful or unusual, and it's only for a fleeting moment, a little small miracle. So that's beautiful. Wow.
I love that. Yeah, and it is for all of us who lost someone. It's just goodbye for now in the physical, but they're still very much around. You know, when you think of happy memories and you hear their voice in your mind, and it's not just your imagination, like you know people think. So, Alva Yarder says, "I don't know, Shane. They just keep coming. I think she's talking about the solar flares, and yeah, I think I've. It does seem to be a lot of activity with the sun." Silvermoon says, I heard a few people on YouTube say something is going to happen around the 24th. I also heard the 30th. So who knows? I guess we'll just wait and see. Something's happening every day, though, really, right?
I
every
know.
every eternal moment of now. Lark says, yes, I still listen to Deepak and Wayne Dyer. Awesome.
Yeah.
Lark says she can't wait for the big one. Looking for the big solar flare that's going to move us into something else. Okay, let's see. R has.
But
Go ahead.
I was just going to remind you, Shane, do you remember that somebody said, I don't know if it was in one of your BQHs or where we heard this, or maybe it was a concept that just developed from conversation that we may, all these solar flares may be small. And then because of the time that we're in, and then if we were to condense the time, it would be one big flare. But because the time is stretched out,
Yeah.
do you remember saying
Yeah.
something like that?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Since I guess I first heard about this solar flash, like from the central sun, not from our sun. I heard it was like a central sun solar flash. It's like headed our way, and I think around the time of Alice and Co, like 2018 maybe, something like that. It started coming through in different sessions or whatever, and you know you can't wait that long in a session. So it was shown to me like, you know, if you condense it down and you view, you know, the last 20 years, it would certainly look like an explosion, a flash, you know, event, and you can definitely see so much happening right now, you know. So a lot of times the way we see things in the BQH session might not be literal. It might just be showing us, I mean, because we can look at the sun now and we can see, well, it is brighter. It is more intense than I remember as a child, you know. It used to be more yellow and warm, and now it's like almost like someone's arc welding up there in the sky, right? The big welder in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
So as you're saying that, Shane, I was also getting that it's it's important to not to focus on your internal energy and your internal vibration, and to follow that, and to be mindful of what you hear about the sun. But I think it's going to be more of an internal energy change, an internal frequency um change.
Mm-hmm.
And what I see it as is like that Men in Black when they do the flash and they forget. You know that little thing that they take out and they flash on you,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be just in a moment. Everything will change, and the vibration and the energy will move from, either third to fourth or from fourth to fifth. Like the density is going to change like that, and it's so I think it's more of like a personal that once we get to a certain uh, cusp on the uh, the number of individuals who are raising their vibration,
Mm-hmm.
then it'll just like spontaneously, you know,
Right.
spread.
Like reaching critical mass at some point, and then it's just sort of like, oh, we get it, and we're already. I think we're seeing that. You know, the way like things like the Mandela effect sounded crazy 5 years ago, but now people are like, yeah, it happens, and you know, it's not so much trying to even convince people it's happening anymore. It's like, you know, just trying to convince them that it's not the world coming to an end, or maybe
Right.
it's something positive out of it, because we'd have a tendency to jump to the negative, right? Like, oh my God, is CERN bringing the world to an end or whatever it is. That's funny. Okay, R has a question. Yes, energy cross body flow. Thank you. Will my overall health improve now that these implants are out?
I was going to congratulate you, R, for having them removed, because I have also heard the toxicity levels from the quality of material that was used. So let me just see. They say to remember the concept that our body regenerates every so many months to so many years. Like we grow a new, I don't know, a new uh something. You know how the renewal, like, are we're sloughing off cells and renewing cells constantly, and it happens at a particular rate. And they're saying to focus on this, that whatever was affected by sort of toxic environment will be eventually sloughed away and renewed again. Um, And in this process, it takes long, it takes a while, and it's important for the renewed cells to be non-toxic. It's important for you to, drink your water, breathe air, and exercise outside. Make sure you get organic leafy greens. Make sure you supplement with trace minerals to help get your body back in balance. Make sure your body is alkaline and not acidic. These type of things, very fundamental self-care to help your body regenerate into its best self. And they say, yes, we could grow muscle all the way into our 80s, if not through the end of our lives. It's definitely possible for our body to regenerate and to renew and to restore. And it's important for you to just focus on that. Yeah. Yeah. So I say yes, it's definitely possible.
Awesome. Let's see, I have one from Ilona here. What's my galactic origin?
Hi, Luna. You got me, girl. These are big questions. Let me see. I do have my cards, if you don't mind. Let me see if I can grab them.
Yeah, that'd
Just
be cool.
because they're fun. Sorry, Shane.
Yeah, they
Hi,
are.
Luna. Hi, Luna. And I had all my other cards out except for these, but I have these. And so everybody sees what I am using. It is the Mystic Martian tarot set.
Very cool.
Hi, Lona. Hi, Lona. So let's see what they have to say. You're not gonna like it. It's the grays. There's no origin to the grays, but let me see. I mean, they have almost all the different races in here. So let's see. This one says starseed. There was two stuck together. Let me see what. Nope. Nope. Starseed. This one, usually it has, I'm sorry to do this and have two of them that are coming out, not a particular race. But as I was shuffling the cards, I did hear Palladian, and there's a lot of humanity that originated in the Palladian race,
Hmm.
and was, from what they say, from what I hear, um, a big influence on humanity, and that a lot of us came from that type of a environment, or that type of a that area, that race, Palladian. They're more humanoid. Yeah.
Sounds like a vacation spot, the Pleiades. Pleiades.
Yeah,
Pleiades.
absolutely. And I'm sorry, Iluna, it's just it's not my specialty or my forte. But that's why I was going for the cards, trying to see if we could figure it out from there. But I was hearing Pleiades the whole time I was shuffling, so.
Well, I don't know. Starseed came through, and a lot of times we can get too focused on our past instead of here too. So it could be like focus on the fact that you're a starseed here on Earth. You know what I mean? From somewhere else. You know.
We all come from many different backgrounds, but I
hmm
know it's interesting.
Yeah, I know that happens a lot in sessions. People want to visit a past life or something along those lines, but something else entirely different comes through. It's like, I guess they just had something different for you. But that's what's cool about it, though. You just allow. It's really a big surprise, because you just never know. But it's just allowing it to happen.
And there's so many star systems and races that we don't know, that we haven't heard of, that we are, unaware of. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Gina says, "You two are wonderful people." Thank you so much, Gina. I appreciate that.
Aw, thanks, Gina. That was sweet.
Let's see. Ilona says, I guess this is sort of like a backup to her question. Who is the men in uniform from my vision?
Oh, let me check. So what I'm hearing is that they're calling them the ground crew. I was also getting that they were sent by the by your Galactic Council. So what I'm also getting, which is really, it's unusual, that they're keeping an eye on you, they're watching over you, they're keeping tabs on you, they're aware that you are. It's almost like your soul family, your star family, and what you represent, what your soul represents here on Earth, and they're just watching. They're keeping an eye out and watching over you, watching your progress, and that you caught a glimpse of the ground crew, is what they're calling it. But what origin, I don't know. They're just calling it ground crew. They're just calling it a council. They're calling it, I see like there's a soul family who is keeping tabs on you. And they said you weren't supposed to see them. They come in love. They don't want to instill any fear whatsoever at all. It is of your highest good, your highest outcome, for the good of all concerned. They're reiterating how much love and how much compassion that they have. that is nothing to fear, nothing to concern, and it's almost like you can feel supported by knowing that they're there, and sort of like you can exhale and like go, oh, good. Like I'm being taken care of, that, you know, you can just relax and rest in the trust. This is what they're telling me, not to be alarmed, not to be on edge, not to be concerned and looking outward. That yeah, interesting. I was getting all that.
Very
Good.
cool. Unoffendable says, I think this just in 2046 ish for the solar flash. So we got a ways to wait if that's the case. Silvermoon says, on listening to Tina Louise Spalding on A Course in Miracles, Jesus Channeling, he says to sit outside a lot because we are getting upgrades from the sun. That's amazing. And I do know vitamin D you get from the sun, and that helps a lot with health and your immune system. So, sun will do you good. Just don't burn.
Very nice, Silvermoon.
Let's see. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, let's see. Silverman says Ian Teller. That name sounds familiar, but I'm not really familiar with him. On YouTube, can tell you your galactic origins. Who else did I had on? I had on the Akashic Records reader, Debbie Solaris. She can actually, you know, track your whole history and everything at debbiesolaris.com, I think is her email or web address.
Yeah, there are plenty of experts out there. My knowledge base is very little, and the guides can only use what I have, you know.
Yeah,
And yeah,
that's perfect. You do a great job, Jean. And you've come so far too. I mean, think of like, gosh, just in such a short time. So we're kind of rounding to the end here. I don't have any more questions, but do you want to talk about anything you have coming up or anything?
I will be on live on my channel, SunPsychic Jean, on YouTube tomorrow. I'll be going solo by myself. I usually am on with a friend of mine, Allie from Heart and Soul Connected. She'll be traveling at that time, so I'm going to be going on solo, which is fun. I like to see. I mean, it's a little challenging reading my own questions and dipping into spirit, but we'll see. Maybe we'll have a more of a spiritual type of discussion or something. And then I'll be on with Kelly from Dozen Cats for Me on her channel. So I'll be doing 2 lives tomorrow. And I think I have a private reading in there somewhere. So
And you'll drop the link to the other one in your community on your YouTube
yes,
channel or something?
that's a great idea. Yeah, I will. I'll
Okay.
definitely do that. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I do want to remind everybody that Jean's links are down below, and so you can go right over to her YouTube channel and subscribe, and then you'll get notifications for that if you remember to tick the little bell. And then if you want a private reading with Jean, say it's something you don't want to talk about here on YouTube, just contact her. I've got her web address down below as well. It's perfect. And we do have another date coming up too. I should have pulled up my phone.
That's okay. Let me
For
see.
October. Where are we
I
at?
have October 15th.
Yep.
And it says confirmed. Yay!
Absolutely. So we'll be back on Saturday, October 15th, you guys. So get your questions ready. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Let me make sure I don't have anything. Ilona says, thank you, Shane and Son. Love you both. And we love all of you guys. And we hope to see you on the 15th. And so go definitely check out SunPsychic Jean's channels. Her links below. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Lots of love, light, and unity. Peace.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.